What's going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel. This is Leo's Nerd Talk, and today we are talking about Alien Romulus. So let's get into that. The day has finally come that Alien Romulus is finally out, one of my most anticipated movies of the year, directed by a fantastic director, Fede Alvarez, who has made my favorite horror movie of all time in Evil Dead. So I was absolutely so excited for this movie. I could not wait at all to see what Fede Alvarez was going to bring to the Alien franchise. And without giving too much spoilers, he didn't disappoint. But before I give you my thoughts about Alien Romulus, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Let me know what you guys thought about the movie in the comment section down below. Share all of your thoughts. I'd love to hear all of them from you guys. But with that being said, let's go ahead and get into my pros. But before we get into my pros, you know, it's everyone's favorite segment, at least my favorite segment, and that is Popcorn Bucket Review. Now for Alien Romulus, I think I spent all of my luck with the Deadpool and Wolverine Popcorn Bucket releases because this was the only one that I was able to get. There was 4 Popcorn Bucket releases in total for the Alien Romulus movie. There's this one from Regal. Regal had another one which was kind of like a containment unit that glue up into like a really nice green glow and had a little face hugger on the outside that was really interesting. That one was completely sold out. I thought this one would have sold out faster than that one, but luckily I was able to get this one. And then there was one at Cinemark, which is another version of the Alien head that I do think looks a lot better than what this one does from Regal. And we also, of course, have the one from AMC, which was a tin bucket, but there was a face hugger holding it. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to get any of the other 3. This was the only one I was able to get. And I still really enjoy this. I like that this is kind of like it has like the stand from the neck. You have multiple more details in the teeth with like the double mouths and everything like that. It's a pretty big size. And then, of course, the popcorn bucket or the popcorn will go on top of the head. If I could open this, it might be stuck. Anyways, I'm not going to use this for popcorn. I already looked inside of it. It looks like a nightmare to try to clean this out, but this whole kind of lid part opens up and you're able to put the popcorn inside of the dome of this thing. But I do absolutely love that this is another one of those popcorn buckets that's very easily displayable. You have the Alien Romulus at the bottom, and I think this one's really going to look nice on my shelves. I wish I got the other ones, but I'm just happy that I was able to get at least one of them to remember this awesome, awesome movie. Now, with that out of the way, let's go ahead and get straight into my pros. And starting off with the pros, I absolutely love what Fede Alvarez did with the directing, with the style, just with the visuals and look of this movie. The cinematography was amazing. So many great shot choices. The special effects were done so well. And of course, we had a bunch of practical puppets when it comes to the alien, which I absolutely love. We've already seen a couple of behind the scenes of someone wearing the alien suit, but seeing it on screen, it absolutely looked amazing. The alien has looked as the best it's ever has since the original 2 movies. And I just could not be happy enough that Fede Alvarez took this project on and made it in his style, in a way where there's definitely a lot of horror elements to this. You can definitely see his style kind of seeping through his shot choices and directing and cinematography. So I absolutely loved everything that this movie did in terms of visually. I think this movie just is a stunning film, absolutely all the way through. I also really enjoyed all of our characters here. Even the ones that annoy you, you understand why they are the way they are. You get a little bit of background from them and why they act the way they are towards certain characters, and you completely understand and sympathize with them, and you would totally feel like you would be in the same shoes. And then of course we have like all of our other characters, like our main final cat, or main girl, which is our kind of new Ripley, in a way that I thought did a very fantastic job. And then we also have Andy, which is the artificial intelligence within this movie that I thought was an amazing thing. I absolutely love this character. His character was so sweet. And even when you get into like the middle portion of the movie, where he does have a little bit of a personality change, you still really, really enjoy him on screen. I think this character did an amazing job. This actor did an amazing job portraying these 2 different personalities of Andy within this movie. And then we have just the rest of the cast that I think is just fantastic. There's a lot of chemistry between them. I think they just did a fantastic job and was able to display a lot of the emotions and the horror and terror within their acting abilities and their face and just their line delivery. So I thought everybody in this movie did an amazing job. And I absolutely love that this movie takes place in between the first two movies, and you get a little bit of glimpses from the first Alien. They mention a couple of things from the first Alien movie. You even see something from the first Alien movie, a couple of things from the first Alien movie that I thought was pretty awesome. I'm so happy that they kind of implemented in that. It's not just, oh, this movie takes place between the two and that's all you're gonna get. They did use some things from the first Alien movie that I thought was really neat, and I really liked the way they implemented those things. And then, of course, just the story in general of where they're on that planet that's been inhabited by the Weyland Foundation or the Weyland Company, and they're trying to escape because this is basically like a working planet. If you live there, you're just a straight worker, and they're trying to escape, go to like a better home, a better planet that they've terraformed. And in the mix of all that, of trying to escape, finding the Romulus space station, that's when things start to go awry, and they start seeing that things, all the aliens are on board, the face huggers, and things just start going crazy from there. And it kicks off hard. As soon as we get introduced to the face huggers, it is just nonstop going. And there are so many xenomorphs in this movie that I was so happy about. I thought they were going to do kind of like a similar thing to Alien, where there was just one xenomorph on board. But this felt a little bit more like Aliens towards the end of it, that I really enjoyed. And I love that there's so many parallels between this movie and Alien and Aliens, where you have lines that are directly from the movies, or you have shot choices that look exactly from the like from Alien and Aliens. So I just love there was a lot of parallels and playing homage to the previous movies that if you're an Alien fan, you absolutely love. So I just absolutely thought it was an amazing choice with Fede Alvarez and the team to do it this way. We'll get into more cons later on about my thoughts of the timing or the time this movie takes place, but if I'm just taking it at face value, I absolutely love what they did with this movie, and it's kind of tributing to the previous Alien films that are absolutely loved, while still also giving its own flavor. And in terms of giving its own flavor, I thought the horror element of this was probably the best that this movie has ever had. There's was actually some genuine good jump scares and tense moments. Like one thing that I thought they did amazing to just keep you at the edge of your seat was there's this moment where they're trying to get through this little corridor, and I guess the face huggers are very heat sensitive. So if they sense your heat, they'll go after you. And they basically made the room the same temperature as their body heat, and they're walking through it, trying not to make any noises. And those moments were just so tense and at the edge of your seat, just gripping your chair. And they added a little bit of some jump scares in there that I thought were done very well, and actually made me a little startled. And I think it's some of the best scares that I've experienced personally this year. And one thing that I also enjoyed, if you've seen my review for Prometheus, you will know that one of my biggest cons is that all the technology looks too advanced for the time that they're trying to say this movie takes place. And when you get into Alien Romulus, everything looks like back in the 70s, back in the early 80s, like from Alien and Aliens, where the stuff on the ship actually still looks dated. It looks a little bit older, and I really enjoyed that Fede Alvarez just paid attention to that. The attention to detail is always super important, especially when you get people that are diehard fans of the two first movies. They're gonna notice things like that, and I noticed it right away. As soon as the ship starts turning on, I started noticing the way the screens looked, the way the buttons looked, the way everything looked exactly like it would have back in the late 70s, early 80s when Alien and Aliens would have came out. So I absolutely love that Fede Alvarez paid attention and had that attention to detail. And even when it comes to attention to detail with the score and the music, it's very similar, and even copy and paste from Alien and Aliens. So I absolutely love that you have like that kind of traditional score, and even like the alarms going off within the ship sound exactly like from Aliens. So again, attention to detail means a lot. It goes a long way, while also producing a great compelling story at the same time, with some great effects, some great practical effects, and music and shot choice and cinematography. So I thought Fede Alvarez and the team did an amazing job of directing and producing this movie, and everybody behind the camera or in front of the camera did an amazing job acting and showing the emotion and feeling like they cared for this movie. So I absolutely love seeing that while I was watching the movie today. But with that being said, let's go ahead and get into my cons. And I have a few things here. One con that is very slight, with all the special effects and practical effects that I thought looked so amazing, when we get introduced to the artificial intelligence Rook, which we should be familiar with, I believe he's in Alien, the first one, there is some pretty noticeable CGI when it comes to his mouth movement and his speech and stuff like that. So that was a little off-putting when you're watching it, and that's, you know, everything looks so good and is just done so well, and so much practical effect and great special effects that just look amazing. You definitely notice something like that it just kind of stands out like a sore thumb for sure. And another thing that I you know, it's a slight con because I was still enjoying everything that was happening on screen, is the movie did feel a little longer than the 2 hour runtime. This definitely felt like a 2.5 hour runtime. Towards the end, it started to lose a little bit of steam. But overall, I still enjoyed what was happening on screen. It was a very interesting ending. Obviously, I'm not going to spoil it, but I liked the direction that it went with. It was definitely reminiscence of Resurrection, in my opinion. But I do enjoy what happened there, but it did feel like I lost a little bit of steam, a little bit of that momentum towards the end, and it felt like it was a little bit slower pace by the end of the movie. But overall, let me know what you guys thought about Alien Romulus. I absolutely had a blast with this movie. Definitely one of my favorite movies of this year so far. But let me know what you guys thought about the film in the comment section down below. And again, if you guys like Tom and Think movies, TV shows, video game related, or just anything nerdy, you would come to the right place, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Thank you.